For any non-empty sets A and B of real numbers, let A dot B be the set defined by A dot B is the set of all products of things in A and B. If A and B are non-empty bounded sets of real numbers, and if the supremum of A is greater than the supremum of B, then the supremum of A dot B is equal to, okay. So we'll go through these one at a time and eliminate the ones that certainly are incorrect. The thing that's going to make it not obvious comes from the fact that the sets, all the numbers in A and all the numbers in B could be negative. So if we look at option A, well, let me, before doing this, let me write down A dot B is equal to the set of all numbers formed by products of things in A and B. Okay, so the reason that option A is incorrect I guess the question itself is asking for the supremum of this set equals what? If A and B are both collections of only real numbers, if A is the interval -2 to -1, and B is the interval from -4 to -3, then the supremum of A dot B is 8, not, the supremum of A is -1, the supremum of B is -3, but by multiplying numbers in A and B, I can get things as large as 8, which is clearly larger than 3. So A is wrong. Option B is also going to be wrong. Option B says supremum of A times the infimum in B. This is clearly not correct if both A and B are collections of only positive real numbers. I'm pretty sure the answer here is going to be E, but we'll go through and argue them one by one. So the maximum of the supremum of A, supremum B, or infimum A, infimum B. So this will be an issue if one set is only positive numbers and the other set is only negative numbers. So for example, okay, well the option we're given here is sup A, sup B, or inf A times inf B. So if A is the interval from 1 to 2, and B is the interval from, let's say, let's make it more negative, -5 to -4, then the supremum of A, dot B, the set, if I take any number in A and multiply by any number in B, I clearly get something negative. So the negative number closest to 0 that I get will be -4. It'll be 1 times -4. But this number right here is equal to -8, and this number right here is equal to -5. So this one's also incorrect. Option D says the supremum of A times supremum of B times supremum of A times infimum of B, the maximum of these two things. And this is also wrong. I think the example above gives it again. So supremum of A dot B in this case, like I said, is -4. You can work out exactly what this set is. it'll be from -10 to -4, right? A dot B in this case is -10 up to -4. So the supremum is clearly -4. We've already seen, again, this is not correct. And supremum of A times the infimum of B gives us -10, which is not correct. So by process of elimination, we have that it's E. And I mean, it basically just handles all the possible combinations of things being positive, negative, and so on. Supremum A times supremum B, infimum A times supremum B, and infimum A times infimum B, right? And take the maximum of all of these. So if they're both positive, if A and B are just all positive numbers, that'll be the supremum. If they're all negative numbers, that'll be supremum. And if there's a mix of positives and negatives, even if, you know, the sets themselves overlap 0, you know, I haven't worked the whole thing out, but I can see why this would give the right answer. Like, of course, it's missing sup A inf B, but there should be a reason why we can throw out, we don't have to consider supremum A times infimum B. Yeah, I'm not going to work out all the logic, but, you know, if one or both of these intervals happens to overlap with 0, then you should be able to reasonably throw out, you know, some of the positive or negative regions of each of the intervals, depending on, you know, depending on the relative size of these intervals away from 0. But I mean, like we've come up with counterexamples for each of these cases. So by ruling out the first 4, we know that the last one has to be true. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all the details of this one. I'll leave it at that. But if for some reason I find some kind of mistake, I'll be sure to highlight it in the video. Thanks for watching.